Dalai Lama said, "If you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito in the room." He emphasized the power of one. We start with just one dream, a vision, and a mission. This turns into goals and aspirations. And when all other contributes and combines, it turns into a common realization. My dream is to achieve a learning that will motivate me to turn further aspirations to action. With Asian Institute of Management, the battle cry of lead, inspire, transform resonates to my core. Thus, my hunger for knowledge started with curiosity at the onset of the executive class in disaster risk and crisis management. I believe that this is my chosen path towards significance. This dynamic world we live in is constantly changing. Physical attributes of the earth and the vast expanse of universe is known to be ever evolving. Human interdependence brought opening of markets, lifting of barriers, and unhampered venture into a capitalistic economy. While the benefits of human achievements are substantial, it also wreaked havoc to our evolving but frail environment. Climate change is now the paramount issue of economic progress and social integration. Our natural and marine resources are now strained and in the brink of collapse, evident in many parts of the world. Unhampered exploitation of air, sea and land, as well as the creatures that once bountifully thrive, are now moving to extinction levels. This has brought a more complex scenario that affects our way of life. Economic, social, political, and geographical issues have emerged, stemming from dwindling of resources and differences in opinion or belief. Every day we are beset by a combination of these problems that seems to persist the soonest a solution have been achieved. A patched-up world is now evidently closing into chaos and extremism. The more we try to resolve these issues temporarily, the more it rears its ugly head. Extremism and criminality is the new reality. We need to address the very root of these causes, as our changing world is emphatically marching to its impending doom if we still choose to deny the existence of these new realities. Still, there are solutions and tools that abound, which we can utilize to permanently and finally resolve our world's persisting problems. Yet we still have to surrender to the notion that realization will happen during our lifetime. Education is the key. We need to arm ourselves with knowledge from the past and skills of the future. We need to persist by employing our minds to work in synchronicity and focus to resolving common issues with synergy. We must learn to work together by enhancing communication through understanding and listening. We must remove barriers of unsubstantiated beliefs that civility rejects. By laying the foundational disciplines, we put forth the groundwork and start rebuilding a common path that will resolve our current issues. By propagating ideals that will imbue cooperation and synergy, we may have a chance to save our planet. Our strategic focus may also be the present solutions, since it may address risk prevention, hazard mitigation, and recovery. We all need to look into the long haul to achieve better results. We have to do away with the investment parlance of the longer the investment, the higher the risk, the greater the return. We have to be risk averse in this point in time. Leadership is by example and competency. My record includes 13 years in the capital markets operation that caters to top financial institutional clients who demand better returns, clear executions, timely advisories, and immediate actions. This is not for the faint of heart, as decisions must be made in a snap. Repercussions are to be dealt later, but with much agony. Thus, one must learn not from the past, but from others' mistakes. My 8 years in the construction industry has brought gains to my firm by sheer handiwork and toiling under the sun, literally. And this has brought us respect and admiration by our clients, employees, and suppliers. We are known for a no-nonsense approach to critical situations. We motivate and inspire others to be positive at work and play. Our social consciousness does not end by volunteering, but by participating in various events that impacts the community and the participants as well. Our peers admire our actions, and we gain respect by including them in our socio-civic activities. Our approach is one of cooperation and not competition. My stints in various organizations have brought members closer to innovative technology. Our employees are taught periodically modest adaptive innovations that they can use on the fly. We provide skills-based teaching, safety and occupational seminars, and basic life-saving techniques to our community. This allows us to manage hazards not just in the workplace but in the adjacent communities. My goal now is to persevere in finishing my stint with AIM. This will provide me with better knowledge, skills, and network to pursue my various visions that will tie my career to disaster risk and crisis management. This virtue will also be my flagstaff in any endeavor that I may encounter, be it simple or complex. Perseverance is the flag that will wave amongst the cloud. My education with AIM will teach me future innovation, not just from the institution itself, but from my peers who are collectively proficient and equally adept to new technologies, methodologies, and skills that we can use together and learn from each other. Finally, I expect to learn to be more adaptive and decisive, since the course will entail simulation in a very narrow time frame. Thus, the urgency of the action also requires clear and flexible execution to achieve the desired outcome. I pray that you will support my financial need in achieving my goal at AIM. This is the best opportunity that came my way, and be as it may, I will not forgo. The doors may open if you allow me to unlock your generosity, and by the same manner, I will return the honor to those who need the same leeway. The future is at hand for all of us. Be us the beneficiary, and you the benefactors. We will achieve our common goal of positively transforming our societies and reintegrate your teachings to a wider audience. I do not wish to just become a graduate of an Ivy League school and work for titans of the industry, but to become a social servant who knows no boundaries in generosity, be it intellectual or social. As in the second letter of Paul to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verses 6 to 8, quote, "Remember this, Whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, but for God loves a cheerful giver." Unquote. I choose to give my all. Thank you. This is Steve Acesor, Executive Master in Disaster Risk and Crisis Management for year 2020.